Hey everyone, and thanks for joining. Today we're going to talk about frequency, because everything consists of and is made up of frequencies, including you and me, including the cells in our body, our organs, systems. All of it is made of frequency. Now, we don't really learn a lot about frequency in school, and I think it came along in physics is where I remember hearing about it. But I don't remember focusing on it. And it definitely wasn't put out there for us to really learn about us as a vibrational organism, you know? Like, we consider ourselves the meat and potatoes, right? The bones, the systems, the organs, the skin. But in truth, we literally have energetic, vibrational, we're not just this physical matter. In order to have gotten here, we had to be created through vibration and frequency. So there's a lot to think about there, but because I don't want to get so tied into the science, and that's why so many of us push ourselves away from understanding things. It's like, I don't understand the concept. I feel that way about a lot of different topics, obviously not really health in the body, although I do feel pushed away when the medical profession gets so... Yeah, I mean, I'm turned off by the information in the medical world, which is really why I don't resonate there anymore. There is a very big purpose for the medical world, but then there's so much being lost there and so many lives being wasted. And, that's what draws me to learning more, because even in the beginning of my nursing career, I found myself really frustrated with what was being done, how these people were turning out, and how little help they got in so many areas. It was kind of like, let's fix it, put the Band-Aid on it before it blows again and send them away, instead of taking care of really the cause of it. So anyway, the causative factors, we'll talk about it in a different video. Right now, frequency, because I feel that this should be a mainstream knowing. Like, eventually, there are technologies coming that use frequency to heal the body. And that is the most beautiful thing to come to us, and it's coming soon, However, you can raise frequency in your body and in your life and elevate your life knowing about frequency and knowing how to raise your frequency. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So just know that when you increase your frequency, your vibration, right, it is going to give you more positive outlook, help you heal. Your body is going to be in a better state. Your mind is going to be in a better state. You'll be able to make better choices. I'm telling you what, when you raise your frequency and vibration, so much good happens. And I'm not saying that you're free from trauma, problems, and other things occurring in life, right? Because we all undergo that. It's like, but if your frequency is in a good vibration and a higher state, how you handle that stuff that comes along, other level, So I wish that on the news and instead of it being something that people make out to be strange, sci-fi, we have been bamboozled, because we've been taught that so many of the things that actually really do exist and are pretty effing cool aren't real. They're fake. It's just sci-fi. Those people are crazy, right? Meanwhile, I will tell you that 1% that has all the money and power in the world, they know that all this stuff exists and the powers that we technically have, okay? Because we are, again, not just this little meat and potatoes bag of bones over here. We have a lot of energy potential and everything else. And part of your way of figuring that out for yourself is by increasing your frequency and vibration, which is super easy. And again, here's what happens when you increase your frequency and vibration. We'll talk about how to do that in a second. But what happens when you are at a higher vibration and frequency? Number one, you have really good energy levels. Now, you're gonna be, doing what you normally do. I mean, it's like, I still love coffee, which is like definitely one of those things over here that's gotta go. But, we make our steps to get where we gotta go, and we're choosing as human beings what we're choosing. But I have energy regardless of coffee. I don't need coffee. Coffee I don't take for energy. I don't take it for the caffeine. And, but your energy levels when your vibration is higher are higher. You have more energy throughout the day. You have more energy to do the things you love or get through the workday, or, and then you'll notice the things that hijack your energy. Like I notice eating carbs or something will then jack me down or something, right? Or like a lower vibrational food that can lower your vibe, make you tired. Because if your vibration and frequency are high, your energy's high. When you have a lower vibration, lower frequency, and you're in those emotions down here and everything's and you're eating low vibe foods, you're going to be more tired. Okay. So I want people to look at the way their energy levels are to be more based on where's their vibration and their frequency. So the other thing that happens when you're vibing in high frequency more often, you sleep better. You sleep deeper. You're more rested when you wake up. You want to go to bed earlier and get up earlier. There is something to a natural cyclic cycle that you're going to want more to, you're naturally going to want to do those times, like, you're going to want to be in bed at 9:30 or whatever, because that's just when the body is done, the day is done, and then you're up when the light is not even just barely coming out, maybe even dark. I like getting up at dark now, and I never did. That was like, no way, I'm getting up while it's still dark. Now, because my vibration and frequency are higher, I love that time. It's the quietest time, really. Nighttime is quiet too, but like the 5 a.m., 4:35 a.m. is the quietest time. Only a few people are up at that time. Energetically, it's so beautiful. But anyway, so the other thing that happens when your frequency is high is that your body is healing on a deeper level. It's healing faster even. It's able to relax because you're not in a state of fight and flight all the time, which is another weakener that is happening to humanity. We're constantly bombarded with things that are fearful, like war, this happening, that happening, this guy's dying, that one has cancer. It's like and on TV, it's like fear-based. Even the TV programs and the movies have these. It's rare, other than like a rom-com or something like that, unrealisticness, but there's trauma, there's scare, fear, blah, 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 being fed at us all the time. Deception, manipulation, right? Like, what are these shows based on? Lying, and so you're in a low vibration with that stuff, but truly, when you raise your vibration, you don't even want to watch that stuff anymore. No thanks. I'm not going to feed myself that. Commercials, ugh. How can people sit through that stuff? How do people actually want that drug? That is crazy to me. That's a lot of manipulation, by the way. It's like a lot of getting it into your brain. Just know that your brain absorbs everything that you listen to. Everything you hear is absorbed into consciousness of some sort. So be very selective. Again, when you're vibrating higher and you're a higher frequency, you're choosing better stuff to feed to yourself. You'll feed yourself better information, stuff that isn't that negative. Like, I find myself really, like, I do understand there's things going on in the world, and I check in. I check in just enough to know and maybe put love and intention and prayer toward things, but I also cannot stay there. I cannot go there often. I do not like negative shows. I don't like negative nothing with killing and being, ugh. Today's day and age, they show everything. It feeds the mind, right? It lowers your vibe. How many times, and I've had this happen, I watch a show or binge watch something or a movie, saw a movie, and I literally dream of it. I'm thinking of it when I go to sleep, and I think of it when I'm getting up. Like, why did that movie or show resonate so strongly and powerfully that I'm thinking about it? So think about that. Instead, replace that really traumatic movie with something inspiring and growth or wisdom or joy, right? So your mood is elevated. Generally, when you're in a high vibe, you're in a better mood. You're attracting better moods to you. What we are in the present moment is going to attract, we're like a magnet. So if I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to attract other things that are going to get me in a bad mood more. I can be in a bad mood for a moment because we're human, and that's okay. But as long as I could turn it around, because the minute I see myself being angry, which is usually on the road, I'll snip out of it and I'll adjust. I talk to myself like, hey, Trish, that's really helpful, you know? Like, I'm sarcastic with myself, like, hey. But it turns me back around, do a little ho'oponopono, which is I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you, because that will change the whole frequency of the situation. So if you lower the frequency on your own doing, you can bring it up again. Ho'oponopono is one of those things. Anyway, the last thing about your frequency being higher is that you're more connected to the divine, to God, to your connection to whoever, whatever you choose. Because there is no one way. And I understand the Jesus thing, and I'm going to just say, a mad respect, I have a relationship with him as well. Christ consciousness is Jesus lives through us. He is teaching us that we can be like him. Am I wrong? We were never meant to feel less than anything. We got taught that. You should be so lucky to be here. You should live like scum and have nothing and be in poverty and just be grateful. But you cannot stay in a gratitude place when you feel like you're less than, you're not worth it, whatever. I didn't like that about religion. That's why religion is a turnoff to many people, because they have all these things about it. It's like, nah, bro, I have a connection to the divine. I personally have a connection to angels. I've got a connection to my passed away loved ones. I've got connections on a spirit team. I have guides. Listen, I'm a weirdo like that, okay? But I'm not, because that's like, it's what's up. Connecting to your higher self is like a voice that would tell you the best decision, the best way to feel, you know, like you can always connect to that level, right? Call it what you will. But there is another perspective. We, again, are not just this meat and bones, whatever. We are frequency. Everything in the universe is frequency. Everything you eat has a frequency. So when you're in a higher vibe, you're going to choose good foods for yourself. I promise you. When you're in a higher vibration, you are less likely to take the lower choice. Eventually, you don't want that choice. It's not because, oh, I know it's lower vibration. You're just going to reject it. Your body's going to be like, nope. And you're going to be like, okay, I'll move into something else, right? Like, I've been in a higher vibe lately, and this morning I chose amaranth. Amaranth can become a porridge, and it's like the coolest to me. I love that grain. And it has protein, and it's got amino acids. I'm like, and it's my carb, it's my, you know, whatever, and whatever you want to put in it and decorate it with, right? But anyway, you choose better for yourself. And then when you have those higher vibe foods, again, it raises your frequency and vibration. It's like the coolest thing. So that's one way, right? Like one way to increase your vibration is to have higher vibe foods. Picking fruit off of a tree, right? Like that is humanity's food. If you had an ultimate food on this planet made for human beings, you just pick it. You pick the berry, you pick the fruit, right? Vegetables pretty much need to be cut and unrooted, right? Think about that. And And of course, they're there for us, nutrient full, beautiful. I mean, they're there, nature's eating them too, right? That's why they're eating your garden, because those foods are there for us mammals. And anyway, so when you're closer to the earth with your food, you're definitely increasing your vibration. They have lowered the vibration of these foods, as we know, genetically modifying them, spraying them with chemicals up the wazoo. So yeah, they have changed the vibration of Earth's food as much as they can. It's almost like, I believe, on purpose. But other people will say it's the industrialization. It's just about that. I'm like, okay. But what I would say is that go to your farmers markets, this and that, you know, grow your own, do what you can. Because also, when your vibration is high, if you have food that has been, like, I have to go to the grocery store as well. Like, I don't have a garden here. And what you can do is your vibration holding the food, you can turn most anything into a higher vibration. That is my truth. Take what you will from this video, you know what I'm saying? Okay, other ways to raise your vibration. Frequency music is the easiest thing. Frequency music is available on YouTube. It is, you can pick the frequencies you're choosing. Different frequencies do different beautiful healing things, like 528 frequency, 528 hertz. So if you look up like HZ, that's like how frequency is read. Like energy is read in joules, Joules, but the frequencies are in hertz. And so 528 hertz, I love Self-Healing Collective on YouTube and the Jason Stevenson. Those are my two master ones that I go to. But you can find frequency music, connect in, see what feels good. Right away, I promise you, you play that in the background while you're doing work on the computer or anything like that, instead of the TV in the background like people like to do. You put that music on instead, your whole reality shifts, your mood shifts, your focus point shifts. It's healing you. Like, literally listening to frequency music heals you. So just, I'm like, be aware that there is so much benefit to listening to frequency music. There's even a guy, Lincoln Jesser, Jesser, who has house music with frequencies embedded in there and mantras with it. Like, he has like 4 songs that I love so much. Rama Dasa, Om Mani Padme Om, and I forget the other one. But anyway, those are also, you're not having to do anything, but your frequency and vibration are being raised from the sound. There's sound healing bowls, things like that you can use, right? I should have that here while I was talking about it because I have some. If you had a crystal bowl, singing bowl, just one, or a brass one in your home, boom, again, you're good. You know what I mean? It'll raise your frequency vibration right away. Gratitude is a frequency vibrational lifter. Gratitude, being grateful for everything all the time. I'm so grateful for this water. You know, I distill and purify my water. I'm so grateful I have the ability to do that. I'm super grateful for everything in my life, right? So being grateful for everything, anything and everything. Be grateful for the car you're in, even if it's not the ideal car, it's breaking down, blah, blah, blah. I'm so grateful for you. I actually talked to my car because she's like, she needs help. And I'm just like, I love you. Honestly, declare your love to your camera, to your phone, to your whatever, because you'll transform what's up with it, right? Like, we're like, oh, the phone, it's poisonous radiation. It's true. However, I'm going to send the good frequency of like, thank you, I love you, and maybe you're canceling it out. Who knows? Then dancing and moving your body is instantaneous lifting frequency vibration, right? Shimmy, shaking, whatever, put on a song, just dance around. A, you get happier. B, endorphins are now being created, right? So we got the good love bliss molecule. serotonin levels get released. Also, you're going to just help the actual movement, right? If you're moving your body, you're helping the cells and everything to vibrate. They're moving, and when they move, they get rid of their toxins easier. So when you're exercising, I mean, we know exercise is what you need to do for the rest of your life until you literally die. You should always be moving, never stop moving. And it'll change and transform as your life goes along. But hey, I'm almost 50. I'm still roller skating outdoors, and I'm still going to the gym, and I'm, whatever it is. If I'm by the ocean, I'm going to swim in the ocean for 2 hours. I mean, it's find things that you love to do and keep doing them. But honestly, dancing is just, keeps your vibe up. So when you exercise and you do activities every day, if you're in your home and you're stuck there for any reason, you can still do things there. Even listen, there's a walking meditation by Joe Dispenza. He has several of them. Dr. Joe Dispenza, in case you don't know him, Dispenza, freaking magnificent. But he has walking meditations. And honestly, my house is small. I just do a figure 8 with his walking meditation. If I'm home and I want to do that, it's freaking amazing, by the way. Transformative. Talk about raising your frequency. Just do a Joe Dispenza do other people's meditations too. I don't know, because he's the only one, if I listen to one, I do. Also, sounds, okay? Singing raises your vibration, and making noises out of your mouth. I find myself now more often doing ooh, whatever. I'm gonna, of course, do it on camera. It's not gonna be the same. But all of a sudden I'll find myself oh, releasing. Release, use your gut to because it's moving a lot. It's moving things you never said. It's moving traumas. It's moving all these energies and emotions that you've held in, because lots of human beings hold emotion and all this other stuff inside their body. And that lowers your vibration because you're keeping all this stuff stuck around. So my advice would be, I don't know, scream once in a while in your house. Just let it out, belt it out. Hum, tune, whatever you're doing. I find myself doing more whatever, right? Again, I'm not gonna on camera sound very better, but very good. But anyway, also, there are technologies out there and practices that you can use to raise your vibration, do some hyperbaric oxygen treatments, get a little, whatever therapies are going to tune you, okay? You could use acupuncture, you could do this, you could do that. Look, I loved network chiropractic. I loved acupuncture and all these. I mean, I love all of them, right? Use that. I use light technology, crystal patch, basically. And it is going to, talk about good energy and good sleep and everything else. I mean, part of me is hey, it's because I'm high. This is high vibe too. Gives me good vibration. It's helping my body heal itself. Stimulating my stem cells for me. It's thank you. And I'm so grateful. Right? And last but not least, the highest vibe is being authentic. So be you, who you are, true to you. Okay? Stop doing what other people want you to do. Stop following. Stop, be your own, right? At this point in my life, and when people get older, they get to that point where they're like, you know what, F that. This is me. This is what I want to do. But that doesn't mean stay stuck in who you are, right? A lot of people are like, well, that's just how I am. No, it isn't. That's how you learned how to be. And if it's a negative trait, get rid of that. Learn to be the positive side of you, the good version of that. Because again, if you're in your highest self's choices, and we're not going to make them all the time, but if you take those choices and make those instead, you're raising vibration and frequency. So again, frequency is going to help heal our physical body because those technologies are coming out. They've been here a long time, by the way. It's not new. So that's going to come, and you can right now add frequency to your life. Look up the solfeggio frequencies, right? SOLFEGGIO, solfeggio, because that has specific frequencies, and oh my God, what they do. Talk about helping your DNA get back to its original state. I mean, you can literally use frequencies to help fine-tune your DNA because our DNA has been messed with so much. Let's bring it back. You could do that with frequency. You can kill all kinds of parasitic organisms, any opportunistic organism in the body. You can use frequency to elevate organs and systems and cells and give them that vibe that's going to help them build and grow and cleanse and heal. So why wouldn't we want to use frequencies for that? I'm so stoked, guys, because really we're on this. We're here now. It's here. I'm not even going to say we're almost there. We're here. And I just love you guys so much. And I think that thinking of frequency and where you're at on your own frequency and vibe is so vital right now. So check in with yourself. Start to do more. Dancing around really doesn't take any energy. Do some jumping jacks. That can just lift you and just trust. And then feel your vibe after. You know how like you do the hand thing? And then you're like, oh, ooh, you could feel the energy after. Start playing with it. We are this universal, very magnificent, powerful, and like majestic being, guys. We aren't just the me, you know, they've belittled us to be like this. We're so expansive, so much. And get as much sunlight as possible because it is like our power. It's like your power button, it's food, actually, just like plants. I'm telling you what, we need sun to power up. It's like our battery charger. So, okay, I love you guys. I will see you next video. Take care of yourself. Stay high vibing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.